Since a monomer is a molecule that forms dimers and polymers, it has a huge significance in making macromolecules. Like our necklaces that were given out in class, also known as polymers, we learned how without monomers you couldn't have polymers. One of the important polymers of proteins is amino acids.
Amino acids make up all the proteins that are the building block for our bodies. Everything our body does is focused around metabolism and proteins, such that if we get a cut, sunburn, or haircut, etc., proteins are the reasons why we can still survive after these occurrences. This happens because of anabolism and catabolism. Now, let's see how this all works.
The definition of catabolism is the breakdown of complex molecules in living organisms to form simpler ones, together with a release of energy. Catabolism is a certain form of metabolism, but it simply breaks down macromolecules. An example of this is hydrolysis that adds H2O polymers, which breaks the monomers apart. This is because a hydrogen atom will attach to one monomer and a hydroxyl group will attach to the other monomer, therefore making them stable yet separate.
The definition of anabolism is the synthesis of complex molecules in living organisms from simpler ones together with the storage of energy. Anabolism is another form of metabolism, but is the metabolic process that builds the dimers, polymers, and etc. Anabolism is the reason why monomers can form together to become dimers and why dimers can form together to become polymers. An example of this hydration synthesis, which is the opposite of hydrolysis. Hydration synthesis takes away the water H2O to bond things together. This is possible because it takes a hydrogen from the monomer and a hydroxyl group from the another monomer, making H2O as well as a dimer and polymer.
This is a monomer of alanine, which contains 3 carbons, 7 hydrogens, 1 nitrogen, and 2 oxygens. This is a dimer of alanine, which contains 6 carbons, 12 hydrogens, 2 nitrogens, and 3 oxygens. This is done by dehydration synthesis that, as you can see, it takes out the hydrogen and hydroxyl of the 2 separate monomers.
This is a polymer of alanine which contains 9 carbons, 17 hydrogens, 3 nitrogens, and 4 oxygens. This is also done by dehydration synthesis, and it takes the hydroxyl from the dimer and a hydrogen from the remaining monomers to make H2O.
This is hydrolysis of a polymer of alanine. As you can see, it was broken apart because H2O was added into the macromolecule. This is a monomer of glycine, and it has 2 carbons, 5 hydrogens, 1 nitrogen, and 2 oxygens.
In the process of anabolism, addition of monomer to existing monomer turns out to have 4 carbons, 8 hydrogen, 2 nitrogen, and 3 oxygen.
This is a polymer of glycine, and in one more addition of monomer to dimer, by hydration synthesis, it becomes a polymer which contains 6 carbons, 11 hydrogens, 3 nitrogens, and 4 oxygens.